Hello, I'm FerrousPilot. We're going to be playing some more Pillars of Eternity. Alright, let's get on it. Last time around, we fought against some crazy people who attacked us randomly and killed that hunter from our group, whose name I have already forgotten. But he was going to get us the water, so I feel a little bit bad anyways. So there's one more guy here, apparently. We're going to go and attack him, as we are wont to do. Oh, I see, there's multiple of them. Well, okay, let's focus on these two. And then, you know what I'll actually do? I'll use this tripping ability here. That's going to do quite well. And you know what? You should blind the enemy. That's what you're good for, my friend. Mr. Rainbow. That's what you're good for. All right. Now, you're done blinding? Okay, attack that guy. All right, we're doing pretty well. Can you stop blocking the area? Yes, I understand that my characters are fatigued. I don't actually know how to get rid of it other than resting, so we're just going to fight for now. And, this is a real-time with pause combat game, so we can pause at any time. But for now, we're just going to real-time it because there's not really much of a need to pause. We're dealing with these enemies fairly easily, all things considered. This Glanfathan hunter, he's going to die pretty quickly. And yeah, as you can see, my main character is back with his 15 focus. Well, we can take all of it. You know what I will do? I'll give my my soldier-type character, the fighter here, a shield so that she may be a little bit less dead when the enemies attack her, because she's going to be our tank for now. It's not exactly going to be a tanking type game, I don't think, but whatever. She'll be the one taking the brunt of the damage, because our main character is using a bow, which is useful because we don't want him to die. He's more of a spellcasting type anyways. So yeah. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. And filthy on the blood-dampened earth, Kalisha puts back her left hand to her mouth, as if to ward away the horror like a poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from the bodies as if from half-split logs as they prepare to add you to the sprawling pile beneath them. One of them towering severe, he talks to you basically. Oh, he has his axe pointed towards Heodin. You can scroll up and see. Yeah, man, you recognize this Heodin, the merchant. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life. For a fight, you will lose. Let's use our lore skill. I don't know if using the skill choices actually helps, but in my experience with video games, it does. So we're going to pick that one. Your words carry no weight. Okay, never mind then. I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. And then this time we don't have, some of these we don't have the requirements, but we have intellect 15. So you can kill me, but you might as well be killing yourself. We are innocent of this. Will you not listen to reason? Only a fool attacks a weak enemy, while a stronger one yet lives. I think we just, we use the highest ability check because why not, right? How do you know? Because it's consistent. So it's like something about their god, Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? And the man says, of course, but it's by his command that we're doing this. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs or because that's what you were told? And he's like, it has always been known to my people, I see, and what of Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after the builders have turned to dust? The man's nostril flares as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did. Just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Heodin the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges at you instead. Alright, give me a second. I forgot my timer again. Gosh, darn it! Alright, oh no, what have I done? I clicked somewhere and bad things are happening. Okay, you need to knock this guy down. You need to go back here and then flank him, so I'll let you move back there.
Yes?
You need to run. Yeah, don't just attack this guy. Yes, good. You.
Yes?
Blind the shit out of these assholes. We need to protect our merchant friend here a little bit while we can. As much as we can anyways. Is this guy flanked? Yes, he is. That's good. This guy, the merchant, is a rogue, Heodin, so he's going to deal extra damage to flanked enemies. So if you can get him around the side of enemies, he can deal a lot more damage. So your enemies lie supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Oh, that's not an option. He's just saying forgive us to the gods or something. Good, the gods are just. Oh, okay, I get it. Oh no, it's Death Wind! The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp. It's Death Wind is here! Odima is still alive. He loves talking about the Death Wind. Looks directly at you, says...
Get inside! Run!
That's what he says. I guess we're gonna see the effects of the Death Wind. Apparently the Death Wind is like a tornado made out of magical energy and lightning. That's a pretty scary-ass Death Wind, if you ask me. Not to be confused with Death Wing, which is a dragon from World of Warcraft. So, straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up to the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Heoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by his early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Heoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Heoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break hold. They're close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. We can grab a rock and hurl it, because we have enough dexterity, we can actually grab the rock and hurl it at the attacker. Your aim is true when the hit jars Heoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Heoden climbs up to the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing his hands free. But diving out onto hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Heoden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. That was a pretty intense reading session there. Although, like the entirety of my Banner Saga Let's Play is an intense reading session, so gotta love that screen shake effect. Nicely done. You'd think this game was made by Vlambeer.
A Bewick. Had to be.
Not that they're the only ones allowed to use screen shakes.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, it was Deathwind for sure.
We're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Yes, let's go further inside this strange mystical ruin.
What you need?
Ah, nice drink from my glass of water here. Let's go further inside, maybe? You know, one thing I really liked about Baldur's Gate, the Cobalt Mine level, that was like complete bullshit.
But what now?
It was so hard. This gives me that kind of vibe, I suppose.
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
All right, let's get going. I'm not interested in talking to these people, honestly. This is an interesting thing that's about to come up, Look at this.
The ruin of Sealant Lys was a daunting dungeon to design, but also very gratifying, as this was our chance to set the bar for our dungeons throughout the game. This was also one of the later dungeons designed during development. Oftentimes the beginning of the game is of the last content you end up producing. This is to ensure all the systems needed to make the experience fully fleshed out are implemented and functional so they can be taught to the player properly during the first moments of gameplay. Thus, by the time this dungeon was designed, we had learned many valuable lessons about the ways we could push the layout and flow of a dungeon, as well as utilize all systems in the game that at this point had been fully fleshed out.
That's pretty clever.
We also felt in many RPGs the starter dungeon often felt like a bland guided experience intended on cramming tutorials down the player's throat. We certainly didn't want Sealant Lys to repeat such a formula. We didn't want the player to be completely unfamiliar with the game's core mechanics either. That being said, we opted to have a very open-ended experience for the player. Each route the player takes in the dungeon will introduce them to yet another mechanic or feature in this game, whether it be detecting traps, scouting, or the use of scripted interactions, but neither is dependent on the other.
Careful.
The player has a choice here to choose their playstyle and be rewarded for it. The reward will then reinforce the value of this mechanic, while simultaneously teaching the player the role it plays in Pillars of Eternity.
Those symbols. Just like the tiles.
I really like that idea, actually. You'll see what I mean in a moment. You see, this is like a puzzle type area right here with the sort of tiles here, and then you can interact with these pillars. These are not the Pillars of Eternity, by the way. They're just regular pillars. Fire godlike requirement not met. So we could get a torch or something and probably do something with it.
What you need?
But can we? Let's see if we can equip a torch on one of our characters, and maybe that'll allow us to do something here. Maybe we'll see. Like I haven't actually done this before. I did it another way. Yeah, you can light these braziers. We're gonna do that. Yeah, we might as well do it. Let's light it up and see what effect that has had over here. And you can see it has removed some of these ruins from the path. So that's one way to get across here. The other way is to take a more circuitous path over to the side there. But first, we're gonna go and explore this leftmost area because, you know, you gotta explore all side quests. I don't know. I'm just following through what I've done with this dungeon. We're quickly approaching the point in the game where I'm no longer very familiar with it. I am familiar with this dungeon though. I literally just played it, so I don't know when this video is going to come out, by the way. I should really have equipped a shield on her. One thing about this game, there's no penalty for inventory actions, so we can just like... Oh, never mind. I said there's no penalty for inventory actions. Okay, game, you're going to make me out to be a liar to these people. Everybody attack, not just one person. Alright, it's very important that we all chip in here. Okay, Rogue Man, you gotta go in and flank them. That's your only job in life. Flank. Because otherwise you don't do enough damage. Rogues apparently are the DPS units here. That's what the help hints in the loading screens have told me. So that's pretty useful. Actually. Yeah, you can see his endurance went down there, but it'll go back up quickly enough. Let's loot this guy. Get a poleaxe, which is pretty sweet. I'm gonna give this to our fighter. And I'll make that our secondary weapon. I really like the inventory system too. It's very easy to switch, like just change the inventory between units, like share it between units. I like that a lot.
Where'd that slime come from?
Oh, I don't know. We can't actually access this area yet. Whoops, my mistake. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I mean, this is like very Infinity Engine-esque in very many ways. Let's do the torch thing again. Can we just like light all the torches? I don't know. I guess, because it's the tutorial level. They're not going to make like some super difficult puzzle, right? The first time around, I didn't even know you can interact with these things. Although if you press tab, you can clearly see that they're interactable. So that was my mistake, really. And yeah, you can see there's a clear path. You just go along there. But we're not going to follow that path because we are RPG players and we explore every side quest. Which means we're going to go down here as well and explore this side quest as well. Although, in a minute. First, we gotta go and finish our ooze thing. Ooze thing. So, yeah, let's take all...
Nuh-uh. We got enough as it is.
What do you mean we got enough as it... Don't! Oh my god, what have you done? What have you done? Oh no! What did you do? You put it in the stash? I don't know how to access the stash. I haven't gotten that far in the game yet. Oh no. That's actually really bad. Now we can't do the thing that I wanted to do because it was important to get that thing and then use it. Oh. Never mind then. You know that gem he was carrying? You could go and put it inside of the, inside of that place with the oozes and that would unlock a thing. So my mistake over there. I apologize for that. Trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear, knobbly elbows, and thin ribs showing through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zorep. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. What if we raise our arms and stand still? The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. Okay. How about it's okay, I won't hurt you? Zorp recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, etc., etc. I don't... like, there's not much we can do here. We can kill it. Yeah. Alright, let's kill it. I mean, maybe there's like a way to avoid the combat. I don't really care, though, to be honest with you. And it's got a pretty nice spear, so we're gonna take that spear. Well, actually, I don't know how nice the spear it is, actually. But we're going to take it anyways because it's a spear. I like spears. So, yeah, there you go. That's all the reasoning I need to murder a non-aggressive creature. Because, after all, we are unicorn man. We deserve to have a spear, which is symbolic of our unicorn or something. I really wish that it would fill in the rest of the characters' inventories when you press take all and not just put it in the stronghold, which I can't access right now, presumably because I'm in the tutorial section. But that's okay. That was kind of my fault for not making sure that we went to the right place. We missed out on a magical item, but that's okay. Gonna... What do we want to do here? I think... First of all, get rid of this torch. Put on the shield once again. And can anybody use the spear, actually? Because if nobody can use the... Did the spear go in the stronghold as well? I really don't like this feature. I just need to get used to it, probably. It's going to be fine. I made a huge mistake. Yeah.
You hear that?
Here's what you got to do. You got to press Alt.
They'll never know I'm here.
That makes you stealthy. And now, remember, guys, we've got a rogue character here, so he can actually stealth ahead for us. And he's, like, quite good at stealth, you know, as opposed to our fighter, who is maybe not so good at stealth.
Of course.
So, yeah, we can do that. And... See, I'm not sure how to approach this situation, because this weird demon-like Scalder Whelp is, I'm gonna put him in such a position that he may... Oh, this is our main character. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna put this guy in such a position that he may turn up and flank the enemy. Yes, I understand what scouting mode is used for. Okay, and see, the yellow circle means that is being unstealthed. So we went a little bit too close there, but that's okay. All right, so what we're gonna do? Our main character actually has a decent amount of stealth as well. So actually, I'm gonna see how far up we can get at a little bit. No. Okay, you know what? Let's just kill him. We will use Toxic Splash or whatever it's called, and then we'll just have everyone sort of unload on him. And that usually works pretty well. We'll have a rogue come in from the back. Oh shit, are you kidding me right now? Oh, the Toxic Splash hit our own guys! This is the worst thing. No! Move out of the way! Oh no. This is so bad. I made a huge mistake over there. Oh, that's terrible.
What you need?
Oh well, let's the Toxic Splash has an area of effect damage. Remember when I said I was like, oh, I don't want to take the area of effect skill because I'm going to hurt our own characters. Well, there you go. You can use the hammer and chisel probably to cut down the wall, which is what we're going to do. Let's go. Screen shake effect. Nice. I like it.
I could scout ahead.
Alt.
The better part of valor. See what's around the corner.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
What you need?
You just got to move forward a little bit. Oh, you got spotted. Nicely done. Okay. So I guess we're just going to attack. Don't use this again, crazy person. Use blind. Blind is better. All right, just attack. I think we should be able to kill this guy without an issue. He's flanked, so it's not even really a question of us being able to. Did I stun our own guy? Maybe. He's critically fatigued, which doesn't sound like a good thing. And he's got low health, too. So we'll take this... Why was it added to the stash? I don't want it to be added to the stash, all right? I just... Cannot fit in the inventory. Stash also holds special. How do I get access to this stash you speak of? All right? I want the stash. Whatever. And... Realistically speaking, we're not going to lose this tutorial, so I'm just going to sort of have our characters attack. I know it's a bit of a lazy way to go about things, but it seemed like, oh god, no, stop, don't! See, the problem is, what I did was, okay, now you need to run. The problem is what I did was I made it so that the characters stop upon encountering enemies as well as upon the start of combat, so I guess, like, encountering is not the same as combat. I'm going to change that in the options in a second here. But, yeah, for now, we'll deal with it, I suppose. And this guy's dead fairly easily, so it's not really an issue for us, but it could have been an issue for us. Luckily, it was not. Speaking of which, I am going to go and... I really wish O would access... Well, I guess you could press escape. We might as well save our game right here. Why not? Let's save it, okay. let's go back and I wanted to change the auto pause option here, the auto pause option to, let's turn it off. Let's turn off stop party movement. That's what I wanted to do. And yes, save the changes. Thank you very much. We're gonna move forward once again. We're gonna get our spider up in the front here, and let's switch back to stealth mode so that we may sneaky deaky the enemies that are ahead of us. Makes sense, right?
I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm passed.
That's
too.
good. I think it's a pretty good thing, but no time to get cocky. Oh, there's a spider. See what I mean?
What you need?
All right, go up there. Go up there. I mean, realistically, we don't need to like be this cautious about like a couple of spiders.
Attack!
But it's okay. All right, intercept,
What you need?
please. And you know what? Knock him flat on his ass. That would be useful. And blind this guy too. We're just gonna sort of unload on him. I really like the blinding effects. Like the reason I picked this character is because I hope that in this game they have made it so that debuffs are actually useful even in the end game. And this is, of course, we're back to the ruins or the glyphs, whatever you want to call them. The only real series that I've seen where those kinds of affliction type spells are useful are the wizardry games from Wizardry 5 through 8. And all of them, affliction spells are incredibly useful, but in most games that is not the case at all. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but okay, what we're going to do here is very clear. I'm going to have this guy do the laser beam.
I shall.
From here against this, and then I think because it's in the line of sight, we'll be able to get both of the enemies quite at the same time. Right at the same time? Yeah. Okay. Let him come. Let him come.
How can I help?
Let him come. Let him come. Okay.
How can I
Now
help?
attack. Oh god, no! Don't hit our own characters with the laser beam. How hard is it for you to understand that concept? Like, seriously. Oh my gosh. Okay, move back. You need to help. You need to help our friend here. And you, switch your weapons, please. Why do you not have weapons equipped? What happened to your weapons? Whatever. I thought he had additional weapons equipped. He had... Oh, no, that was my other character. Never mind.
What you need?
Sorry about that. My other character had like a rapier and a sword. We should really have him have backup melee weapons. You know what? That's where that spear comes in handy. Where did that spear go? Did we give it to, no? What happened to the spear? Oh, you're right. It got into our, got taken into our thing. Is the mace better or is this better? Dagger is 9 to 14, fast attack. Mace is 13 to 19. Well, but the dagger is faster, so whatever. I don't think it matters all that much. I think this should be fine. Let's go. They don't have any loot, do they? Ooh, we can search a thing. I almost missed it. Bats as large as chickens are strung in the web. Okay. Spiders. Oh no, I missed a thing. There was a thing there. I pressed tab, but then I missed it. Let's go like right back in if we can. We can. Okay. I like it. I like how they didn't like immediately play a cutscene or something right when we got out. And there you go. It's a rapier and it's a bloodstone. Bloodstone is traditionally, I don't know what it does. Seems like they make money. Did you put the rapier in the stash? I will. Okay, game. Why are you doing this to me? What did I do? You know what? I examined that with like a character who had a ton of room in his inventory too. Why was it added to the stash? Bloodstone added to the stash. What happened to the rapier though? That's what I wanted for my main character to use as a weapon, but I guess that's not possible. Okay. Most creatures will detect a character if they sneak up and stuff in line of sight or something like that. What is this nonsense? There we go. Cutscene triggered. Baha! 4 figures stand silhouetted before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled ardra and metallic veins, inscrutable and ominous looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The face of one of the figures is distantly visible, framed by long tendrils of oily gray hair tinged dark at the ends and a thick beard that seems to obscure all traces of emotion. That doesn't seem like a very thick beard to me. Seems like the mask obscures traces of emotion. His faded robes are embroidered with runic language, unlike anything you have ever seen. His head is crowned with a strange black headdress, with 2 protrusions jutting out, one on either side like the wings of some profane and malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Okay, so this guy's some kind of like dark, ritualistic necromancer dude. I don't really know exactly what's going on. There's a petrified guy there. These other guys are channeling their magical powers / life essences, presumably to become petrified themselves for some unknown reason. Is this pillar what they call the Pillar of Eternity? I don't even know. But damn, something happened. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then, all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black, unconscious void. Upon your eyes, you open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with Adra and trimmed with copper. This style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end of a great pillar of Adra pierces the floor from below like a ragged spike. Its shimmering texture gives an illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined like perhaps the work of a prodigious but fevered mind. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions, pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or, at the base of the pillar now you see a man with his thick gray beard and a ceremonial robe, his oily hair tucked beneath a black cowl and a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried, while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your head, in your mind. And then end tableau, etc., etc. You know, I'm going to try and move closer to my mic, but you awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through... That sounds like tinnitus, man. You should turn on a fan when you're sleeping. Movement flits through your periphery, but then when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. Dingle bingle. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Heoden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. All right, we'll level up our character next time. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. And make sure to, leave a comment or something. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.